Welcome Nomads to Nomad Nation TV. If you don't know, my name is Rav Holly and this is going to be an unboxing for you guys. I'm going to be unboxing this Cooper Bussmann, that's Bussmann with two N's, 1000 watt Pure Sinewave Inverter that I have got for my 2003 MT45 retired Snap-on truck. If you don't know, I'm a photographer in Los Angeles and I live in a retired 2003 MT45 Snap-on truck. Now I am sure some of you are saying to yourself that I don't look like I'm in a Snap-on truck, and that is because I'm doing this unboxing in my studio and my office at work, which is not where I live. So just so you know, this is my office, my studio. Without further ado, let's crack open the box. All right, let's actually just get into this and see exactly what we have in the box, shall we? Ooh, very nice. So, it looks like right on top of the box we have the direction pamphlet here. Cooper Bussmann Inverter, 1000 watt. There's also an 1800 watt version, but this is the 1000 watt. This is the installation guide, Cooper Bussmann, picture, transportation products. This specific inverter is supposedly used a lot in the trucking industry, like for cabs of semis and stuff. There's not a whole lot about this inverter that you find on YouTube and places, but you will find a very similar inverter that's called a Xantrex that looks very similar, but a lot more expensive. Anyway, so there's our guide. I'm sure it's got a quick installation guide in there somewhere too. This inverter right now is on eBay, as you can see, for exactly $125, and that is buying it now. So, if you compare that to the Xantrex for the 1000 watt, it's a lot different in price. Alright, again, this is what the Cooper Bussmann inverter looks like, 1000 watt Pure Sine Wave, and this is what the Xantrex looks like. Except the Xantrex is, you can see, $447.49. But they look very similar. As you can see, plugs in the same place. So, don't know if they're made by the same company, Xantrex, or the same factory or anything. Don't know if this is probably not as good an inverter as this one. I will admit that. So, don't know, but we're going to try this one out, get it unboxed, and see how it does. And once I use it for a few weeks, maybe a month, I'll come back and give you guys a full review of the Cooper Bussmann and see if it's a good inverter, possibly for van life. Because the price is definitely right. Okay, let's take the directions back out here and let's go ahead and get her unboxed. Let's see, what do we have over here? I have something over here. There we go. What is this? Oh, this is going to be the cable for the remote, it looks like. Let's see if we can open this up. Well, how do they do this? Should be a spot to open it somewhere. I bet you guys want me to do a Casey Neistat and just tear it open, huh? Oh, looks like that's going to be the way to do it. There we go. And what do we have? We have, so this is going to be a bit, looks like a battery terminal cover. So this will go over, once you hook your positive and negative leads, this will cover the back terminal. So nothing, if anything touches it, it won't arc out and short out and ruin your inverter. All right, what else do we got in the bag here? Whoop, something fell out. Ah, I know what this is. This is the positive. So you have a negative and positive. Very nice. Next we have this is going to be your cable in case you want to take the front. So I'll show you guys on this. So this front right here, there's some screws right there, and this front of this inverter will come off. So you can pull this inverter front off and you can actually install it. You could cut a hole in a wall and you could install this in a wall. And then your inverter could be located remotely in a cabinet or somewhere. And then you could just walk up to your wall and turn on your inverter and see what your inverter is doing, which I really like a lot, because you could really hide this inverter underneath a cabinet or something and just install this in an overhead cabinet. And yeah, that's awesome. All right, now for the, let's get some focus going there. For the big unveiling, let's see if we can do this here, of actually just taking the inverter out of the box. Probably pick it straight up maybe. How about if we just turn it sideways? There we go. Alright, I've set the inverter over here. It's still in the plastic, but as I pulled the inverter out, actually, I noticed there was something else in the box. And what we have here, these are the little grommets right here. So if you want to have your line come in right here, you could have your line coming in from like your shore power plug, and this will pop off, this cover will pop off, and you can direct line right into there, direct line into there, I'm sorry. And on this side, you could have like an out. So if you wanted to hook up like a regular residential plug, or like a GFI plug, or like some kind of plug, or you could have this going, you could have a line going out, a 12-volt line going out to a plug, or whatever you want to have direct wired into the inverter on this side. And these will go right on the side, right there, on both sides, where your line comes in. Let's see if we can set the inverter over here, take it out of the plastic. And it's going to be taped right there. And that's what these are for. Bingo. All right, very nice. Okay, so one thing I will say is this inverter it's pretty heavy, but it's relatively compact. It's not that big. Let's measure it and see what we got. It is, let's see, it's about 18 inches long and 7 inches wide, so relatively small, not that big, but it is heavy. See the front of it, sides, and the back. We have the lugs here. Positive, one's going to be positive. Let's see. Positive on this side, which is marked with a positive right there, and a negative on this side, with a chassis ground right here. And again, like I said, here is your control panel. So there's two screws here. You can take this control panel, take these screws out, pull this control panel out, take this cable, and you'll plug it in back here. And then you can take this and put it in, like I said, a wall or something, and run this remotely. Because it'll hook into the back of this, and then it'll come out here, and then it'll hook into the inverter. Very nice. Again, this inverter is a 1,000-watt inverter, and you can see you have your nice little GFCI plug or GFI plug right here. Now, I have another inverter in one of my other rigs. It's a 3,000-watt KISAE, KSI or whatever it is, Pure Sinewave. And it actually has a little USB for like your phone or whatever, but this one doesn't have that. But this is a very nice inverter. You got a little digital readout there. The one thing I do need to find out is I think this thing will charge your batteries, but I'm not certain about this model. There's an installation guide that I will link in the description down below that shows the installation of one of these type of inverters, and it shows them wiring it in here from shore power and wiring it out to external wiring and installing it in a semi-truck. It does have an auto transfer switch, so if you plug in shore power, it'll auto transfer over to shore power. All right, guys, I did verify really quick that this model is the model number and stuff is on the bottom. So this model, let's see if you can see it right there. Light, please. Right here, your model and stuff. So this inverter is a model 12-110-1000. The model number is right here. So, that being said, I did a little checking in the guide here, and if you would like one that is a charger as well, so when you hook up your shore power to this thing, and the transfer switch transfers over and starts charging your batteries, you would need to get a 12-110-1000-B2. And the B2 is a 20 amp charger. So it would charge your batteries with 20 amps. It has a 40 amp built-in charger. If you would like a 40 amp charger, then you would order a 12-110-1000-B4. And that is 1,000 watt with a 40 amp charger built in. If you would like an 18 watt, you'd get a 12-110-1800-B4, which is also a 40 amp. So this one is not a charger. It is just an inverter with an auto switch that will switch over to shore power automatically if it senses that you plug in your truck. I wish it was a charger, but that's probably why it's only $125 and not $350 or $400, because those chargers aren't cheap, or the inverters with a charger built in. Which I have another one that I'm going to be unboxing, which is a 5-in-1 MPP that's actually going to replace this. That's a 24 volt, but this one's going to hold me over until I get that 24 volt system installed. Oh yeah. So one other thing here. One other thing. One other thing here is I really like the box. I know Casey Neistat always destroys the boxes when he's doing unboxing things. I really like this box, not for the fact that it's a pretty box, but for the fact that it's got all kinds of information on it. So if you look at the bottom of this box, if the camera will focus, it has all kinds of everything you really need to know about the inverter is literally on this box. If I would have looked at the box, I wouldn't have had to really look at this to verify that this is not a charger. It's got everything, it shows everything that I've been talking about right on the box. If camera will focus, there we go. You guys can see that. And then another little tidbit of interesting information on the box is this little chart right here. This little chart gives you literally everything that you're going to want to know in an estimated time about what you can run and how long you can run it. So see, it says right here, which I'm buying this because I want to get my refrigerator running. Man, we don't have any light. What's going on? Let me turn the light. There we go. So I want to run, I have a 10 cubic inch small apartment refrigerator in my truck I want to run. So it tells me the refrigerator, if it's pulling 120 watts, powering 120 watts, if you have a 50 amp hour battery, you can run that refrigerator for 2 hours and 45 minutes on this inverter. If you have a 75 amp hour battery, you can run it for 4 hours. 100 amp hour battery power, 5 hours. 200 amp hour batteries, battery bank, 11 hours. And if you have a 400 amp hour battery bank, you could do 25 and a half hours, which is over 24 hours, which is where I want to be for my refrigerator. Even if I could do 15, 16 hours, that would be enough. It also shows a TV. TV you can run an hour and a half. You can actually do 17 hours on a TV that's pulling in 200 watts. That's a big TV. Drill, a coffee maker, and a microwave oven. You could even run a microwave oven that pulls 1,000 watts for 2 hours and 15 minutes, supposedly on a 400 amp hour battery bank. Now I don't know how accurate this is. I think this is it's a little maybe way high. I don't really think I'll be able to run my refrigerator on 400 amp hours of batteries for 24 hours. I think probably it'll be more like 9 to 11, but I'll let you guys know in a future video when I actually do the full review. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing. I'm going to work on getting this thing installed and using it for a couple of weeks, and hopefully I will be giving you guys next a review of what I think of it and how easy it was to install. I'm not going to do an install video because there is a very good install video that's already on YouTube, and I'm going to card it right up here, right? Or right up here. There's a little thing that's going to slide out. I think it's wait, up here? I think it's up here. It's going to slide out, and when it slides out, you can click on that if you want to learn how to install this particular inverter. 1000 watt Pure Sinewave inverter with a 40 amp charger built into it to charge your batteries once you hook into shore power. It's very well documented how this is installed, so there's no reason for me to do another installation. But I will do a review and let you guys know what I think of it here in a couple of weeks, maybe a month. I'm going to be going to RTR, so should be able to let you guys know how it's doing. Anyway, thanks again guys for stopping in, and remember, GFY, no, not that, go find yourself. Peace.